civilians, not every civilian will be tried in a military court. But for example, if a civilian commits an offense with a soldier, then that is an exceptional circumstance. He can be charged before a military court.
Is Major Simon Sabo, Captain Nagame arrested.
Together versus Sergeant, Staff Sergeant Karamuzi Juhan, coming up for duty.
Munder Julius. Kasure Tony Aka Anthony Gambari Nason Yanabo Aka Hassan Sabi Ibrahim Bona Ronald Huye Gambari Eric.
So dispute, the person subject to military law by virtue of section 117 subsection 1A. A7 Bambari Nason Yanabo, a.k.a. Hassan, a mere adult Ugandan of sound mind, aged 55 years, a businessman, resident of Musanga, Kevina, working in Vision, Kampala, a person subject to military law by virtue of section 1171A. A8 Sabit Ibrahim, a.k.a. Hassan, a mere adult Ugandan of sound mind, aged 57 years, a herbalist, resident of Moroga or District, a person subject to military law by virtue of section 117, subsection 1A. A9 Bona Ronald, a mere adult Ugandan of sound mind, aged 25 years, a businessman, resident of Quito, Kira Town Council, Kira Municipality and Waxo District. Person subject to military law by virtue of section 117, subsection 1A. A10, Bambari Elvin, a mere adult Ugandan of sound mind, aged 24 years, a businessman, resident of Quito, Kira Town Council, Kira Municipality in Waxo District. A person subject to military law by virtue of section 117, subsection 1A. A11, Asima Edwin, a mere adult Ugandan of sound mind, aged 25 years, a businessman, resident of Kampala District, a person subject to military law by virtue of section 117, subsection 110. A4, Kasada Alan, a mere adult Ugandan of sound mind, aged 25 years, a manager of Century Hardware, resident of between Kampala and Masaka districts, robbed Munyala's birthday Jama of his cash, US dollars 600, United States dollars, and at or immediately after the said robbery were in possession of the deadly weapon, which an AK-47 rifle serial number UPDF 1270 loaded with 30 rounds of rifle ammunition.
Investigations in this matter are still ongoing. We pray that this matter be given 2 weeks adjournment.
Surely you can't advance the argument of the case as it is either a year or 2 years.
conversation that my young colleagues are citing. In the interest of justice, this is just the beginning of this entire trial. It is still at plea taking. These are permissible errors. And the Lord, with your guidance and permission, the Lord let us go to the gist of the entire charge. The man does not deny that he's injurious. He's just not known as serious. That is where the problem is coming from.
No, that is not the problem. The problem is they identified the person to be 6 years of age. Look at him. Look at him. Everybody, 2 years. Look here.
But my God, where has he put the rockers? Yes, I'm using as a friend.
There were several issues arising from the decision of the Supreme Court. One was the constitution of that court at the time. People who were on the court, my lord, I was there as a judge advocate of the court, but my lord was advisory. And the Chief Justice, then Emeritus, His Lordship Owinudolo, gave guidance in his writ judgment that under exceptional circumstances, civilians may be tried in a military court. And any civilian being charged here, we must cross-check and be sure that he falls within the exceptional circumstances under the law which has been passed by Parliament. So it's not that they are here either by floating the law, but whoever comes here will be in compliance with the law as it has been amended. Ordinarily, civilians, not every civilian will be tried in a military court. But for example, if a civilian commits an offense with a soldier, then that is an exceptional circumstances. He can be charged before a military court. And when you are charged is another. So even if you committed the offense in 2023, you have never been arrested, and you are arrested today, you cannot raise it as a defense that you cannot be charged before this court. Because as you can see, the charge sheet is reading case number 1 of 2026. And that person has not been charged before this court. Lawyers may not have those qualifications, but they are also on panels. A high court judge sits as one person, but with the same qualification like I have. So when you have 3 lawyers trying one case, I'm very sure that you should expect much more than even you can expect outside in the civilian courts. Them will be chairing that panel, and it will sit as a court-martial. Meaning that another court-martial can go even and sit in Moroto, or it can go to Guru. If we have capital offenses in Guru or Moroto, we don't need to bring those suspects. Say they must come, be in Ruzira, be in Makinde, and it will expedite the whole case disposal. Because if an offense is committed, for example, in Moroto, witnesses are in Moroto. In Guru, they are there. Maybe Mountain Division in Fort Potro. So, if a court will go, the way you have been seeing the Court of Appeal goes and on session, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, it handles cases arising from there. So, it is also cost-effective. Dispensation of justice is much faster. Instead of saying you will be calling a witness, maybe reaching here, it will be a problem. But once you go on the ground, the jurisdiction where an offense was committed, of course, it's not a field court. It's a court seated in a courtroom, but I believe evidence can easily be collected if it is there. Witnesses will come. Instead of saying you have to bring them from Chisolo to here, that's why some of the delays in cases